What's cracking, brilliant learners? Ready to dive into today's topic? When we talk about things, we often want to describe how much or how many of them we have. So we've got these cool words called quantifiers to help us out. Quantifiers are words that indicate the amount or quantity of something in a sentence. Here are some of these. Quantifiers and uncountable nouns. With uncountable nouns, we can use how much, a little, a bit of, a great deal of, a large amount of. These bodies team up with those uncountable nouns that we can't easily count one by one. For example, how much water do you need? Water is an uncountable noun. With both countable and uncountable nouns, we can use any, some, a lot of, lots of, plenty of, none, not any, enough. These are the versatile ones. They play well with both types of nouns. Whether it's cookies or happiness, they got us covered. With countable nouns, we can use how many, a few, a number of, several, a large number of, a great number of, a couple of. When we talk about things we can count, like books or friends, these quantifiers shine. How many books are on the shelf? Or I have a few good friends. There's a large amount of coffee in my cup. It's my daily motivation. All right, let's dive into this, but I'll give you a heads up. I might be bluffing a bit here. Why did we choose a large amount instead of plenty or lots of? Pause me if need be. Both plenty of and lots of could work here. I have plenty of excuses for being late. It's an art form, really. What makes plenty of suitable here, and why not a great deal of? We used plenty of because it can go with both countable and uncountable nouns. In this case, excuses is countable, and plenty of effectively communicates a significant number of them. Next, there are lots of socks in my drawer, but I can never find a matching pair. What makes lots of appropriate for socks and not a number of or several? Yeah, all three options could work. Lots of is more casual and informal, while a number of and several tend to be more formal. In English, much and many are mainly used in negative and interrogative sentences. Uncountable nouns in questions. How much experience is necessary in the negative? There's not much work left to do. Countable nouns in questions. How many experiences have you had? In the negative, there weren't many artworks on display. Okay, imagine much and many as shy words. They often prefer to hang out in questions and negative sentences, but hey, they do have a fun side. Sometimes when we want to shout out about a lot of something in a positive way, we can totally use them in positive sentences, like saying she has much talent for painting, or we invited many friends to the party. So they're not always hiding in the shadows of negativity. They can step into the spotlight of positivity too. A few is positive for countable items, while a little is positive for uncountable items. On the other hand, few and little have a negative connotation. When we say a little and a few, we're expressing a positive or somewhat favorable quantity. I have a little time. This means you have some time available, even if it's not a lot. I have a few books. This implies you have a small but appreciable number of books, which is a positive situation. Now, when we drop the article a and say little or few, it takes on a more negative tone. I have little time indicates scarcity or insufficiency, while I have few books suggests a lack of books. So, adding a before them makes it more optimistic, while without a, it leans towards a negative or limited quantity. Uncountable nouns in a positive way. He had a little time, so he had a drink. In a negative way, he had little time, so he left immediately. Countable nouns in a positive way. Fortunately, I've got a few ideas to put forward. In a negative way, unfortunately, I've got few ideas to put forward. Some and any, which express an unspecified amount, can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns. Some is mainly used in affirmative sentences. I had some soup for dinner. He got some kiwis from the store. But can I have some water, please? When you ask for something using some in a question, it's like you're already assuming a positive outcome. It adds a friendly vibe. Can I have some advice on this? Assuming there's advice to give. Do you have some time later? Expecting a positive response. So in this case, you can use some in positive sentences. Use any mainly in questions and negative sentences, like, have you got any advice for me? I don't think I've got any cookies. Now, when any joins an affirmative statement, it's like saying, it doesn't matter which one, or pick freely. Take any book you like. I've got dozens. Here, any in the affirmative adds a sense of freedom, suggesting you can choose from a variety. Well, thanks a bunch for hanging out with me today. Catch you in the next one. Cheers!